Welcome back to Mona's Take. I am your host, monadrose, and we're here to talk about everything reality TV. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss anything I have coming up. Today's video is going to be on the Challenge, Season 38, Episode 2. Already some alliances being formed and broken, and it's already getting messy. Stay tuned. People are acting on a whole nother level on that. So I can't wait to see that karma train coming through. Choo-choo. Mood of the day. Really? You gotta give us more credit than that. Some people, buckle up, buttercup. When someone shows you who they are, believe them. Alright. Week before last, we saw the ending episode where they brought in Bananas and Nani. A lot of unhappy faces. They know now they have to work for it. Fessy was like, oh shit. You know, you could see it in his face. He's like, well, I don't have this locked in now. Although there are a lot of strong rookies that are showing up and showing out. So if the rookies get control, it may be a back and forth. It may be the vets one week and the rookies the next week. Who knows? But Bananas is very strategic in his play as well. One thing that is driving me nuts is Turbo. He is so freaking aggressive. It's like you can't even have a conversation with him or talk to him or joke to him. Anything. That he is not ready to freaking pounce. I'm like, this is going to be annoying. I don't like this version of Turbo. When he won before, we saw some of it, but we also saw the softer side of Turbo. You're not seeing that this year. I don't know what the hell has happened to him or who he thinks he is. But it's getting bad. So they get ready for the daily challenge. And right off the bat, TJ announces that Emmy is quitting. She doesn't want to be there. She's not going to be there. She wasn't even, I guess she did it off camera. So they didn't even have it on camera. Which means that Nam went home. Now, in CBS Challenge, there was a lot of uproar about the fact that if your partner quits or goes home or whatever, you go home as well. You can tell that those are not people who actually watch the challenge, because this is how it works. If you are partnered up with someone and they decide to quit, or they get hurt, or they do something to get kicked out, you go right along with them. And I felt bad for Nam. He has had really bad luck on the challenges and actually having to go home with stuff that is out of his control. I know one time he got hurt. I think another time was a partner. This time was a partner. I would like to be able to see him come back and actually play a whole season. And the thing is, how do you commit to a show that you've never watched? I know that they're doing a lot of recruiting nowadays. So, say Survivor contacts me and says, come on Survivor. That's going to be a strong hell no. I know I can't do that. So, I think that these people need to actually watch the show and see what it's all about to see if they can do it. Amazing Race, I'd never be able to do it. Big Brother, I could, but I'd probably be voted out really quickly because of my mouth. But you have to know your limitations. So she wants to be an influencer or whatever the hell she does, half naked. She can't handle the challenge. So she quit, so Nam goes home. The daily challenge is jumping off of a platform, swimming out to a rope ladder, You climb up the rope ladder onto a container, like a shipping container. At the end of that shipping container, there's a shipping container here. I can't use my left arm, so I'm going to do it with right, both. There's a shipping container here. Then there's a platform here that teeter-totters. And then there's another shipping container. So the girls jump this way, the guys jump this way. You go up the rope, get on the container. There's a rope at the end of that. You swing over to the middle platform that moves like this. And the goal is to get both of you on that middle platform and get it level. And then your time stops. Horatio, I can't say it. So Horatio and Olivia, is it Olivia? Yeah, sorry, I lost track. I still haven't got all the names down yet. So Horatio and Olivia, they go first. They freaking smoked it. I mean, right off the bat, I was like, ooh. That's the kind of team I want to see stay in. I want to see the people that actually kill these challenges. And not go home because of the politicking part of the challenge. But if you're that good, it always puts a target on your back. If they get to continue on, they're going to be a very, very strong pair. Turbo and Tamara DQ'd. She was strong, but she couldn't make that transition from the container to the platform. And I thought, okay, well, I'm going to try to keep track of who's DQ'd and who does what, whatever. Almost every single team DQ'd, except for Horatio and Olivia, Tori and Devin, Bananas and Nani. So you think that that's the end of it and it's over with, right? Well, no. TJ has another surprise. Bring on the next team. And everybody's like, what's the next team? Everybody went. Casey and Kenny came back. Yes. I told you guys last week I thought they had to have some way of bringing them back because they're in the previews for future challenges. So they did. They brought Casey and Kenny back. TJ said it was because Nom and Emmy went home. And they were cleared to come back. They both had COVID. That's why they were not cleared to play. But they got over it quickly, I guess, and right back in. And I think they actually had some kind of quarantine in between the shooting. So there was probably a lot more time that went by from week 1 to week 2 than what we're seeing. So Casey and Kenny came back and they killed it. They killed that challenge. They're going to be a very hard team to beat. So they get down and it was between Nani and Bananas, and Horatio and Olivia for the daily win. And then I want to say Nananas. That's what wants to come out. I should say Bananas first. Bananas and Nani won the daily challenge. So they have the power for interrogation. So they're discussing who they're going to bring in. And Turbo says, Turbo, oh, that's not what I meant to say. Bananas says, Michael and Jay, Johnny and Raven, Tamara and Turbo, and Horatio and Olivia. And his reasoning is, they know already that they're going to send in Turbo. Sorry. They know already that they're going to send in Turbo. He's going to be in the elimination. So Bananas picked the 3 rookie teams that have already shown to be going after the vets. And he said it's twofold. Whoever pulls that safety, they have to pick between those other two pair. And all three of those pairs are close. So they're going to have to show their card and show exactly who they're going to be loyal to out of the other two. So he said it'll start some drama as well. And Nani agrees, reluctantly, but she agrees. Because her and Michelle evidently have become friends outside of the challenge, and very close friends. And so when Nani won, Michelle had no thought whatsoever that she was going in interrogation, because she's like, Nani wouldn't do that to me. I wouldn't do that to her. She wouldn't do that to me. Nani this season, I have to say, has come to play. She lost her mother unexpectedly, and she's playing for her mother. That's her why for this season. But she's stronger, both physically, I think, and mentally. And she's much more outspoken than she normally is. Her and Tober got into it. She was asking him a simple question. She heard a rumor that he wanted to go into elimination, so she was asking him. He blew up on her. They argued. She told him he didn't know what a friendship was, that she was trying to come to him as a friend. And so then when it gets to interrogation, Turbo won't even engage with him. He's like, no, I'm not talking to you. I'm not talking to you. You want to put me in, but I'm not doing this. And he gets up and he hollers at Tamara, let's go. You're not talking to them either. And I was like, what kind of freaking barbarian are you? That's what I thought. It's like, snap your finger and your woman comes. Nah. No. No to the hell no. Anyway, he wouldn't even engage in the interrogation. I really like Horatio and Olivia together. They are a strong pair. Horatio is not... He's really shy. So he's not as outspoken as some of the other guys. But I just like him and her as a pair, as a couple, competing, not as a couple. But they're both very good athletes. And I think if they can stay out of elimination, they're going to stay strong. Because they're a good team. So they get to the elimination. And of course, as we expected, Turbo and Tamara are the ones that are sent in. They all go down, they pull their daggers. Jay and Michelle pulled safety. Which, you know, I told you last week, if one pulls safety, you get to pick one of the other teams to be safe with you as well. So exactly what Johnny said was going to happen, Banana said was going to happen, is Jay and Michelle pulled safety, so now they have to pick out of those two teams and show their cards on who they're the most loyal to. And they picked Johnny and Raven. And Jay was very adamant about it. Michelle did not want to do it because she didn't want to show how close they were. And Jay was like, I can't do that. I gave him my word, and I'm not going to break my word. That's my friend. Inside the house, outside the house, we're friends, and I'm not going to do that. Jay has a very strong moral compass, and I think if he wants to make it in the challenge, that's going to have to change at some point. I think he's too nice for his own good. We'll see how it works out for him. So, of course, he picks Johnny and Raven, and Olivia and Horatio go into the elimination. And it's a big board that has 12 different symbols, and it's a memory game. You flip over 2 symbols at a time, and then you swap with your partner, and you have to remember where everything's at. Once all 12 are matched up, you win the elimination. Well, everyone, Bananas started it, but everyone was helping Horatio and Olivia. Telling them, watching where everything was, telling them where the things were so that they could beat Turbo and get Turbo out. Which is good for the house as a whole. Because I think he's way too aggressive for this game. So they end up beating Turbo and Tomorrow, and they go home. Now, they need to watch it though, because just because everyone helped them on that challenge doesn't mean that those people are going to have their backs. They're still going to be gunning for them because they're still a rookie pair. But for the moment, the house was united in making sure that Turbo went home. I don't think there was one single person. It was crickets with him and Tamara. Not one single person helped them. Everybody wanted him out. And I feel bad for her, but, you know, you came in with him, you go home with him. So then he tells everyone that, you know, he says goodbye to Turbo or whatever, and tells Horatio and Olivia to join the team, or join the rest of the people. And they're all getting ready. He's like, well, that's all I've got for y'all tonight. Go back to the house. Have, you know, blah, blah. They all start turning to go to leave. And he's like, oh, wait a minute. One more thing. And they all turned around and they're like, he said, I don't remember exactly what he said, but really amped up and talked very good about Jordan, and said that it was one of the best competitors he's ever seen on the challenge, and yada, 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 and then brings out Jordan. Well, I think Tori about crapped herself. Tori did not know he was coming. He knew she was going to be there, I think. I don't know that for a fact. But in the previews, it shows her telling him, you knew I was going to be here, but I didn't know you were going to be here. So that's going to cause some drama. Now, they didn't bring in Anissa. So I'm sure on Wednesday night, that's probably the first thing we're going to see is the ending to that. And them bringing in Anissa. So the next pair, the last pair that they have to bring in, as far as I know, is Darrell and Veronica. So I figure at some point, whether it be during the challenge, whether it be during the elimination, after the elimination, before, after, whatever, at some point on Wednesday night, we should see Darrell and Veronica come in. They've got a lot of good teams. A lot of good teams this year. It's going to be tough. Like I said, Horatio and Olivia are very competitive. Johnny and Raven are very competitive. They're going to be hard to beat. Jay and Michelle, depending on the challenge, they're very competitive. And we all know the vets are. I haven't really seen... Tommy Bracco from Big Brother and Sis, Annalise. For those of you who don't know, she goes by Sis. Or she did in the Big Brother house, so that's what I call her. Tommy and Sis, they did okay. And depending on the challenge, I can see them doing well. Now, Tommy is fitting in socially very well, but him and Sis are laying low. They're not getting involved in the rookie alliance, or they haven't until this point. They haven't gotten a Big Brother alliance, none of that up until this point. So, we'll see, because I think that Casey and Tommy, well, all the Big Brother people know each other. Once you've been on Big Brother, then you're part of the family, and you meet them all. So we'll see now that Casey's back if they might try to come together and do something. But I think they're doing the smart thing right now, and they're just laying low. They're staying off of everybody's radar. When it comes time to partying and all that, you know, Tommy is right there, front and center. So socially, I think they're doing good. We'll see. I know my videos have been sporadic. I did get my stitches out. As far as all of that is completely healed. But I still can only raise my arm to about right there. So, I'm getting there. But I've set up my physical therapy now to where I go to physical therapy on Thursday. So, I'll go to physical therapy that morning, come home, do all my videos, and get back on track. Because I miss it. I miss you guys. I miss interacting with you guys. Drop a comment in the comment section below and let me know about what you think about the season so far. I will also be doing my Survivor video today. And I'm going to start working on my BravoCon. I think that's probably going to be a video I do tomorrow, because I've got to do a lot of research on that. Amazing Race. I just haven't had time to catch up on everything. But by next week, we're going to get back on track. We're going to start getting these videos out. And getting you guys some information. But this is a little different than Big Brother, because they don't have live feeds. So I want to know what you guys think. If you're watching, who is your pick? Who do you like? I, for one, would like to see some of the rookies stay in this time instead of getting bulldozed. I don't know if that's going to happen, but we shall see. So, that's all I have for you guys on this subject. I will see you on my next video, or if the challenge is all you watch, I will see you on Thursday. You guys have a great day, and as always, much love.